What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In the last video with the Genesis Coupe, I went over my reasonings on why I switched from my old Hancocks to these new Federal 595 RSRs. Now, I did that for a couple of different reasons. It's all covered in that video. So if you haven't seen that video and you want to catch up with where I'm at now, I will link that in the description below. You can go ahead and check that out. Now, at the end of that video, I had mentioned that before I switch to these Federals from my old Hancocks permanently, I did want to get this thing out of the garage on flat ground and then also take it on a test drive to see if I actually like these tires. Now, the flat ground aspect of today is so that I can see just how much lower I did get the rear end. Now, obviously, in that last video, I did take measurements, so I know measurement-wise how much lower it is, but the garage floor here is super unlevel, especially right where the rear flare and rear wheel are. Therefore, I can't really get a good glimpse of how parallel these side skirts are going to be on flat ground. So therefore, that's why I'm taking this thing out on flat ground, because if it didn't make that much of a difference and then I go out on a test drive and I don't end up liking the tires because they do have a much lower tread rating or they make too much road noise or wind noise or anything like that, then therefore I'm not going to end up keeping these tires and I'll just stick with my good and trusted Hancocks. Now, that's all what we're going to be doing here in today's video. Now, as you can see, it is already 11:15 in the morning, and that is way later than I wanted to be starting this video here today. Without any further ado, I'm just going to jump in the car, get this thing out of the garage, find a flat parking lot so we can step back and take a new glimpse at this thing. Also, going to end up putting the front bumper on. Much better now. Alrighty, guys, so that was quite an eventful 15 minutes to get here. Like, nowhere, I don't know why I thought finding a flat piece of land in Salem Thursday before Halloween was gonna be easy, but yeah. And also, I totally forgot, hopefully it's not too windy right here, but I totally forgot how annoying it is driving a car like this with a bunch of people around. Holy shit. It was like every 8 seconds somebody was taking a picture or a video or yelling something or trying to talk to me. Man, I totally forgot what it's like driving a car like this. I haven't driven this car since June when I broke the bumper going to UC3. Actually, that's a lie. I did take it out for about 8 seconds. I went down the street back like 8 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, something like that. Anyway, as you can see, Genesis Coupe out on flat-ish ground. Not really the best flat-ish ground, but it was the best I could do for the moment right now. This sun is killing me. I didn't want to put my douchebag glasses on because I feel like people think I'm a douchebag when I wear those Oakleys, but that's only because they block the sun from both sides of your eyes. So hopefully you don't get sun cancer in your eyes. Anyway, so Genesis Coupe out. I'm driving here. All kind of back roads. Tires did actually great. One thing is I've got to take the stickers off the tires, and those things are wicked annoying. I don't know how people purposely drive with the stickers on their tires. Not only does it look dumb, but I can hear them flapping and shredding themselves as they're wearing out on the ground, and they're already on the car. And so yeah, now I'm just gonna have to wear them out or take them off when I get back to the garage, because I'm not doing that now. But yeah, let's dive into the car, take a look at it. Like I said, on flattish ground. This was about the flattest ground that I could scope out without a ton of people around. And I spent like 10-15 minutes trying to find something. So yeah, here we go. Alrighty, so as you can see from the back, this thing actually looks significantly lower. Like, I mean, I obviously knew it was probably about ½ an inch lower, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 5/8 of an inch, but it does look a lot lower on the rear bumper. Hopefully that's not a giant shadow, but I mean, I don't know, is that coming off great on camera? The side skirts look super parallel. That's what I wanted. If we go on this side's in a shadow though right now, so it's going to be even harder to see, but this part of the ground is actually what I'm going to say is probably the most even across here. But yeah, nice little look. Hopefully you can See, that looks pretty dang even. Now, like I said in that previous video when we switched to these Federals, the side skirts are never ever going to be on the ground, or the flares or anything like that, because the front subframe actually bottoms out on the ground, and then the rear end would have to sit like way lower. I'd have to either take out camber, go way down in tire overall diameter, or like cut up the body again, cut this flare up, high radius, do a whole bunch of stuff that's just not going to happen. So I think if these tires or this side skirt height doesn't work for me going forward, I could just make little side skirt extensions, like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, come down ever so slightly, come out a little bit, make like a little bit of a side splitter. I think that would finish it off and look really good. But so far I'm pretty happy with that. I think the rear end looks really good. Sorry for that wind noise, guys. Hopefully it's not too bad, but that's what happens when you're right next to the ocean. So yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty stoked about it. Now, I must say, one thing I'll definitely say about these Federals is, from an aesthetic standpoint, this tread looks so much more aggressive than the old Hancocks. Like, I don't know, can you see that because the sun and all that stuff? But that tread pattern just looks so aggressive. I mean, oh, and there's a sticker peeking out. But yeah, I don't know, can you tell about the tread pattern? It just looks super aggressive, I can tell you that. So from an aesthetic standpoint, not only does the tread look good on this, it did get the rear half of the car significantly lower. Got the side skirts much more parallel. Like I said, this is flat ground. I mean, it's flat, it's just at an angle to the rest of the world, and there might be a tiny little of a bump on the passenger side, but I don't know, it's really hard to tell, guys. Yeah, there's a quick little walk around of the car. I'm pretty pumped about that. Now I am just going to get out of here because we're in downtown Salem and I don't feel like being here any longer because it's going to be a mob scene. Get on the highway. I might take this thing out for a car wash because this thing is filthy. I can't believe it got this dirty sitting in a garage. I mean, can you see that? Jeez, it is so dirty right now. I can't even believe it. The wheels, in person, they look cream. They're not even white. Actually, on camera, they kind of look cream too. They're so dirty. Yeah, but guys, everything, I'm not going to drag this out too much longer because it's already been 3 minutes and 45 seconds or something like that of this clip. But just know that I'm happy with the way these tires look, aired out and height-wise. So far on the back roads and the slow streets, these things were driving pretty good. They weren't making any more noise than normal. On the highways when we're really going to test this out, which is what I'm going to do next. But yeah, so far so good. Hopefully this wind isn't too bad. I apologize, guys. My options are really limited here. I really wish it wasn't Thursday before Halloween when I'm trying to do this, especially in Salem, Massachusetts. But yeah, I'm gonna jump on the road and we'll catch back up with you guys. Alrighty, guys, so if you can't tell, we're leaving the parking garage right now. I figured I would film this. Yeah, let me close the exhaust cutout while I'm talking here. So I figured I'd film this right now. Yeah, see, that's much quieter with the exhaust cutout. Anyway, so the reason I'm filming in this garage as I'm leaving here is because if the tires were making any noise, the echo would amplify any noise from the car, just like when people have blow-off valves on their turbo cars and they go to parking garages and tunnels and pew 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 pew. I'm that person, by the way. But yeah, so as you can see, or you could probably hear, it's not making any more noise, road noise wise, so that's good. There's a massive speed bump coming out of here and I'm just gonna skip it. I'm not even gonna fucking deal with that shit today. Holy shit. Anyway, guys, now that we're on the parking garage, so far tires aren't any noisier. Like I said, I only had a few select people telling me that they were noisy, but they also had the RSRRs, which are like that flame pattern Federal. But yeah, so far I don't mind these things. Meanwhile, I haven't actually gone over like probably like 35 miles an hour yet. But I'm gonna hop on the highway. I am gonna go get a car wash because this thing is so dirty. I can't even see out of the back window. It's so dusty and dirty. So we're gonna hop on the highway, head to the car wash, and then I'll catch up with you guys on the highway, because who needs to see me drive through the city of Salem and sit in traffic? So see you in 3 miles, but probably gonna be 55 minutes. Out of all of the poor decisions automotive wise that I have made with this car, driving it through downtown Salem 4 days, or it's 1 day from Halloween weekend, is, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I almost just got rear-ended twice by the Nissan Murano behind me. The semi-truck almost just hit me because everybody's trying to take a picture. I'm driving through traffic and I'm looking like that total fucking loser douchebag fucking with their ridiculous car. Like, everybody probably is like sitting there like, oh, look at that idiot trying to show off. Meanwhile, I was trying to take a fucking picture of my car on flat ground. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I forgot how fucking great this car was. I totally fucked up not driving this car this summer. Holy shit. I forgot how much fun this car is to drive. This is just the greatest car in the world. I love this thing so much. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking not driving this car this year. I don't even know. Can you guys hear me? Let me close this. Alright, there we go. Exhaust is closed. That makes such a difference, you guys. And I'm in this massive shadow too, so that didn't do a single thing. But, well, so far on the highway, at like 65, 70, maybe 60, 65, wasn't exactly looking. Tires are kind of making noise, but it almost sounds like they're just the remainder of the stickers. Man, I'm in like total big shadow over here. Hopefully this isn't too bad. But yeah, tires aren't making too much of noise. I can 100% say there's way too much air in these tires. I put these things to 58 cold in the garage, and now that I've been driving, they're in the traffic and stuff, they're up to 65, 66. And that is way too stiff. These things, so originally I said I usually run tires at 50 degrees, cold, 55 degrees, hot when they're on the road. So cold pressure is 50 degrees, then after a little bit of driving, they usually heat up and get to 55 degrees, which is what I think is the sweet spot. I bumped these up to cold 58, thinking they were so squishy from what people said. I definitely didn't need to do that. I could run these at 50 PSI, cold, 55 hot, and I think that would be fine. Because right now, like I said, at 65, they're way too stiff. Like, I can feel them bouncing and kind of want to, like, not like fishtail, but they want to almost break loose. Like, they're too stiff right now. And these are grippy tires, so from what I understand at least. But yeah, they're not too bad on the highway. I can totally deal with that. It goes to show you that you shouldn't listen to everybody on the internet. Form your own opinions on stuff. I'm pulling into the car wash now. I want to wash this thing so that way I can continue driving it. This car definitely needs an alignment. I still have yet gotten alignment from Gatlinburg 2021. So Gatlinburg last year. I still haven't gotten an alignment on this car, so it definitely needs an alignment bad. But yeah, that quick little highway pull was great. I love these tires so far. They are a little noisier than, oh, I gotta air up in order to get into this. I need to air way the fuck up. They are definitely noisier than the Hancooks. I don't think they're as bad as the Achilles were, and the Achilles weren't even all that bad, guys. Like, I mean, the way one of these people were talking to me about how noisy these tires were, they were like, it's the end of the world. But it's definitely not. They're definitely not loud. But I'm gonna quickly wash this thing. Probably not gonna film it because I just want to be in and out. It's getting late in the day. But yeah, so far so good, and we'll check out the car after it's clean, and then we'll go for another little cruise on the highway. I have no idea what's going on at the car wash right now, but there's like 16 cops, a fire truck, state troopers, Peabody cops. I'm getting the fuck out of here because this car doesn't have an inspection sticker, and the last thing I need is a ticket today. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we made it out of the car wash, no cops. I have no idea what was just going on at that car wash, but some lady looked like she was like in an Audi, all crazy. I don't know what was going on, but there was a fire truck, 2 state troopers, and 3 Peabody troopers, and then another Peabody trooper blocking the exit and entrance to Route 1. So yeah, we got the fuck out of there, and now we're just gonna go sit on traffic. But if you can hear me with the windows down, we are going 50 miles an hour, and you can tell there's no real crazy road noise on these cars at all. This pickup truck next to me actually has louder tires than I do right now. I did bump the tires down. You can see that pressure gauge down to 58 psi. Like I said, they were at 65, went down to 58. Let me throw the windows up. All right, so windows up, a little bit quieter now. But yeah, threw the tires down to 58 psi at the car wash before I left. So they are driving a heck of a lot better. They're not like stiff and bouncy now. So I definitely don't think I'm gonna be concerned with these tires being like squishy. But yeah, look at this idiot just driving. Look at, oh my God, Massachusetts for you. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, so far car's feeling pretty good with these tires. 100% need an alignment desperately, which isn't gonna happen anytime soon, because I think I'm gonna end up taking out some camber on this car, specifically in the front. I might take out a tiny bit in the rear, see if I can get the rear end just a little bit lower, take out the front a little bit, because if I take out rear camber, I have to take out front camber, or else the front will have too much more, this, that, and the other thing. But yeah, so far so good, guys. Like, these tires are pretty great. Hey, you want to see a little secret? Watch this. If you're ever on 128 and there's traffic over there, you just take this way, and then you can literally just go all the way around the traffic at the reasonable speed limit. Don't speed, but look at, watch. All these people sitting in traffic in 1 second, and then we're just gonna go right by them. Bye. Look at, oh yeah, see you later. Have fun sitting in traffic, guys. That's not for me. Now, I must say, I totally forgot how bad the visibility in this car was. Giant dead spot or blind spot. Like, windshield is super tiny, another blind spot. But yeah, anyway guys, get back on track for these tires. Federal 595 RSRs. These are the 220 tread rating, not the 140 tread rating. Those are the actual track tires. The 220, they do say competition only on the stickers, but from my understanding, as long as it's over 200 or 220 at the minimum, it's legal to be on the street. I don't know, I'm not really too worried about that. Yeah, I guess that concludes the test drive of the tires, considering now we're sitting in traffic. So I should also note that, like I said, these tires did drop the car like half an inch, 5/8 of an inch aired out height, but that means that it dropped the car at all heights half an inch, and you can definitely tell it's a half an inch lower. This thing has been scraping everywhere at ride height. My exhaust 100%. I need to get a custom downpipe made. I mean, I've worn through 2 of them last year. I mean, I did 2 videos just replacing an ISR downpipe because they just hang way too low. So that I need to desperately get a custom one of those made, especially with these tires. These things are way lower of a ride height. Like I said, because when you go to a smaller overall diameter, you're basically taking distance. It's called arch gap and ride height gap, like that. You lose that when you change tires or go down to a smaller diameter. Just like if you went to a bigger diameter tire, you get a bigger gap off the ground. But yeah, I can definitely tell by the amount that this thing has scraped that I desperately need to get a new exhaust made, a custom. Well, I have a whole custom cat back. It's just the test pipe, the downpipe, I mean. From the test pipe back to the exhaust tips is all custom, all tucked. That doesn't scrape or bottom out or anything. It's just the downpipe, so that will get a custom one made. As this idiot, look at, what are you doing? Just stopping on the highway. Oh my God. Oh, I fucking hate Massachusetts, guys. I fucking hate Massachusetts. Anyway, now I'm in like 4th gear going 30 miles an hour. Yeah, so anyway guys, on that note, I have to fight traffic to get back to the garage to drop this thing off. It's 3 o'clock, so hopefully I don't sit in too much traffic trying to get back into Salem. But yeah. Alrighty guys, and as you can see, Genesis is back in the garage, safe and sound, no cops. Dealt with traffic going into Salem, through Salem, and got the car power washed, which is great because that thing was filthy. Now, I obviously haven't watched any of the footage yet, haven't edited this video, so hopefully this isn't all over the place. This was a super chaotic day. I can't even believe how chaotic this was. All I was trying to do is go to a parking lot, drive my car on the highway, and get a car wash, and this was a whirlwind of an adventure of a day. So hopefully this video doesn't totally suck and all the footage is just terrible, but I guess it is what it is. I had no real plan for today, and then I got here like 3 hours later than I wanted to get here. But yeah, hey, anyway, good news is Federal tires, I'm happy with them. They're not loud. The car's sitting a lot better than it was with the Hancooks. It's sitting a little bit lower, and the rear and front stayed the same like that whole video was about. So if you haven't seen that video, watch it, catch up with where we're at. But there's a lot of good information in that video, how I analyze everything, overanalyze everything with this stance thing. But yeah, I need to keep rambling, but I'm just excited to drive this car. This was like, I forgot how much fun this car is to drive. But we got a lot of work to do on this thing this winter. But luckily, step one, new tires, worked out perfectly. Like I said, guys, peace out. Catch you on the next one.